Hello, biddies. Welcome back to Lipstick Biddies Podcast, streaming from the makeup show. And I'm really excited today because I get to talk to an amazing makeup artist, brand owner, Alphonse Weibelt. How are you, Alphonse?
I'm great. Thank you so much. So good to be here.
Yeah, it's amazing because so many people who are vendors at the makeup show and makeup artists, we value community so much. And I know you've been really involved with the Powder Group. I know you've been really involved with iArtists, which are both things that I've been involved with, and I talk on the podcast about quite often. When did you start shifting your makeup artistry into creating a brand?
More of the brands. Well, it's interesting because, yes, when I first started out, let's just say in the 90s as a makeup artist, my focus was more editorial and fashion. Like most makeup artists, I wanted to come to New York City and do all that. And then it was probably a few years later, I had to learn to pay the bills. And I started to basically go more into product development. And I worked with various companies on big and small just to help them really develop products of what we were using from behind the scenes.
And I know you were saying that you were working in fashion. Didn't you assist for Pat McGrath?
I assisted Pat McGrath for one show, and that was amazing. Yeah. But really, it was also Kevin Aucoin, who I'd worked with, and he really was just an amazing mentor. Yeah. He was great.
Are you, mentors have been so important to my growth as an artist, as an entrepreneur, as a community builder, whatever, the head being in charge. What is it like to you to be a mentor to other artists? Do you have a lot of artists that you mentor yourself?
I would say I have a good handful of makeup artists that each one of the owners, we have different makeup artists that we work with that we mentor. And for me, mentoring is not so much about your eyeliner technique. It's about just having that connection with someone as they're growing within the industry, trying to grow their career. So it really has been amazing because a lot of the makeup artists that are here today, that are speakers and doing demonstrations, they were makeup artists maybe 10 years ago that took some of my classes. And now watching them grow and just being an ear for each other, troubleshooting through this changing time in our world has just been really rewarding. It really is amazing.
You're like a proud papa.
Yeah, I really am a proud papa. I would say, we chose one of the most difficult careers to step into. Becoming a makeup artist is not like becoming a teacher or a doctor where it's kind of here are the road steps. Being an independent makeup artist, we're driven by our passion and our passion for connecting with others. And to create that, one thing to create your skill, it's another to create your business and to grow that clientele. It's hustle and flow 24/7.
We wear many hats.
Many, many hats, exactly.
It's literally you're literally doing everything. And that's why we get into the kind of stuff that I do, reels on TikTok and Instagram about rates and being we literally are doing the job of 10 people. Absolutely. And you're adding on, I'm a brand owner too.
Now we're the brand owner, exactly.
So are you still doing makeup a lot or mostly education and focusing on your brand now?
Really good question. I wish I was doing more makeup. The makeup that I do is usually now more for education, like some of our education videos, as well as more for, I do all of the beauty campaigns every time we launch a new product. So I'm now kind of more in the whole creative direction, makeup artistry, product development, which is a wonderful place to be. But as a makeup artist or as a brand owner, as you said, well, sometimes, you got to take out the trash and wipe down the kitchen, whatever it takes. Yeah, it's all good, whatever it takes.
So what has been in your career? I know we always talk about personal development on Lipstick Biddies and try to inspire, try to have fun. But has there been any specific moments, or can you recount one moment in particular that you were so proud, a very important career milestone or personal milestone in your life that
Sure. And that's such a good question because when you were saying that, several things popped in my mind. And for me, it was in the moment when I first did my first show with Kevin Aucoin, that was really monumental. I moved from New Orleans to New York, and that was my goal, to work with him. In the moment, I was terrified, and it was so surreal. I don't remember it, but now back, I'm like, okay, check, that was off my bucket list. I think something now that makes me feel really good is looking at my team or should I say our team, the company's team, because one of our missions was to create a platform. Muse Beauty is a platform for us to all be able to do what we love to do. And at the end, to create opportunity and credibility for makeup artists. So when I put my head on the pillow at night, and I think we have a team of 12 people, we're still a small company, we've been able to create career opportunities for people to do what they love to do. And that, in the end of the day, especially coming post-pandemic, is probably one of my proudest moments.
I love that. And it's like, it's so true in this industry. You know, there's so many like clout chasers and like people like willing to like do like whatever it takes, like clawing over people. But like, I feel like you get what you put out, and like people like you that are giving opportunities to people, it like you'll get that energy back.
I believe that. I believe what you put out there. I do believe in karma, a little old fashioned, but I believe in the karma, and I think what you do put out there will come back to you tenfold. And life is just like life. Your career is going to have hurdles and bumps. And just when you think things, maybe can't get rockier, they do. But we learn from those experiences. And that is, I think, one of the greatest lessons that I love to share with other makeup artists that are going through this. Like, you know what? Yeah, there's going to be some tough times. And you might be worried about the very next time you get a gig, or then how you're going to pay the rent. But if you're consistent, you build your skill, and you're consistent, and you put it out there, and you're a good person and a hard worker, I do believe that will surpass any other smoozing, BS, fad, trend that we can get caught up in as a makeup artist.
Have you always felt like deep down, like you felt like you had like a calling and like a purpose in this industry? Because like I feel that way.
Yeah, I do. Growing up, I always painted. And my mother and father were really cool with me painting, because it soon went from canvas onto faces. And my mom was like my number one muse. I'd watch her do an eyeliner. But my parents always supported me, and that was really nice. I was very fortunate that way to have their support. And I knew that I always wanted to be an artist. I didn't know what I was going to do with it. And my mother always said to me, baby, just know a lot of artists starve. And I said, oh, no, I won't. I'm a little bit of a hustler, So I do believe that I've had this calling, and I feel just so fortunate and grateful that I've been able to create a career doing what I love to do. And doing what you love to do has to be broad, right? You can no longer just do one thing. You can do one thing well, but when you start building a brand and start becoming a business owner, then, well, we have a lot of responsibilities. So you have to find what you do it really well, and surround your people with the best people you can work with, because that's how you really become a force to be reckoned with.
Fuck yeah, I love that. High five.
All right, that's good.
We like to swear on this podcast,
right,
and I was like, I gotta throw in a fuck
throw in
somewhere.
One. Okay, wouldn't be the makeup show without.
Of course, it wouldn't be Lipstick Biddies without the F-bomb.
Okay, all right, that's good too.
And it wouldn't be Lipstick Biddies without my favorite game, Would You Rather. Have you ever played the game Would You Rather?
Okay, let's go.
So basically, would you rather this, would you rather that, and I have a deck of Lipstick Biddies Would You Rather cards here for you to pick from.
All right.
And so you can read it off and your answer.
All right.
So go ahead and pick one.
Let's pick up this one. All right, this says, would you rather have a big event tonight and 5 minutes before you need to leave and you break a nail, or you accidentally rub your face and you ruin your makeup? Oh my.
Maybe we could say this because I'm assuming you probably wouldn't be in this situation. Maybe this is like 5 minutes before your talent has to go out.
Exactly. Yeah. I think I would rather them break a nail than ruin the makeup. And I'm not a nail technician, so I'd be like, break a nail, because you know what? We don't have to shoot that. You can always cover it and give me attitude with shoulder.
Yes.
Exactly.
We love a workaround.
Yes.
Yes.
It's a workaround.
Yes. Thank you, Alphonse. And
God,
can you
thank
let the listeners know where they can find you on social media? Anything else you want to say before we sign off?
First of all, love what you do, and I do wholeheartedly mean that. Whether you're you just love makeup, you're an influencer, an enthusiast, or you're a makeup artist, love what you do and develop your skill. That's very important. And most importantly, you can find us at musebeauty.pro. That's our Instagram handle. And then you can find me at Alphonse_Weibelt. And you can find me there as well. So thank you so much.
Thank you.
It was my pleasure. Thanks for me being part of this. Thank you. Have a great day.
All right, you too. Enjoy.